I just really want to know, are wrestling fans addicted to body shaming? We saw a couple things online where some random man got up at an odd hour to compare Keith Lee to Gunther and say that um Gunter, Keith Lee was told to lose weight and he didn't, and now Gunter was told to lose weight and look at where he is now. And it's like, okay. And then apparently people had remarks about Gigi's body, her physique, her shape, and complaining that her shape enhanced over the years. It's just so dumb. It's so stupid. But I wanted to know, but yeah. So yeah, the Gigi thing, the Keith Lee and Gunter thing, uh, I'll give my opinion on it because I think Mo had to step away real quick. When are we going to stop policing everyone's bodies? I just think that it's just really, really disturbing. Because for starters, why are you as a grown man getting up at a random time and the first thing on your mind is comparing one human body to another human body, and these two bodies are very, very different from each other, right? They have different makeups, they have different DNA. One may have certain things that the other person doesn't, and vice versa. And on top of that, it's their vision for their character and their personhood, right? It's like, if Keith Lee wants to be presented as who he is, he should have the right to do that. He reserves the right to do that. And I feel like because of his charisma, I feel like because of his overall strength, I feel like you can still push him, you can still utilize him, and he could still be a world champion. We saw that in NXT with Triple H, where, they put both belts, the NXT and the NXT North American Championship, on Keith Lee, and didn't make him any less believable. He was presented a certain way and he was refined, and it was believable. And I just think that the fact that we're still associating, or we still kind of perceive uh thinness to beauty, and because we associate that thinness to beauty, um we are less reluctant to push people who may be bigger in size than other people, even though they still have all the intangibles of being a superstar, as far as being in front of the camera, as far as being a part of, whatever show that they're a part of. And then when it comes to Gigi, once again, I feel like this is definitely another case of misogyny, as well as just a general misconception of a woman's anatomy, right? When you get older, when women get older, they start to grow into their body. They start to grow into their shape. They start to fill out. And it has nothing to do with diet sometimes. It has nothing to do with what they're eating or if they're working out or not working out. It's just the way that they are. Just like as a man, you're going to grow into your body. You're going to grow into your shape. And everybody's shape is just different. Gigi Dolan, great professional wrestler. She tends to be a curvy woman, and she's going to grow and continue to grow into her shape. And there's nothing wrong with that. And on top of that, it's like, why are you so pressed on how a woman is growing into her body? And the funniest part about the whole Keith Lee and the Gunter situation, as well as the Gigi situation, the people that are making these remarks haven't been in a gym in a day in their lives. They ain't on no workout plan. They ain't on diet. They don't have endurance. Like, you're not in shape to do anything. So I don't understand why there's such a disposition against other people in their natural strength, and they're in the gym. So and the whole just like the GG physique thing, I just think it's just ludicrous. And I also think it's rooted in misogyny and this belief in the idea that women need to be thin because thinness is beauty. And well, let me reset that. Thinness is considered beauty. I don't want to body shame anybody who is smaller, but I feel like because of this perception that is driven by mainstream media traditionally, as far as thinness just being associated with beauty, we deem anything outside of that to be not beautiful. And I think that's just super wrong. And I think that is just super outdated because there are so many people of so many different shapes and sizes that look mad good. So I just like, I don't know. I feel like wrestling fans kind of continue to show their rear end when it comes to body shaming other wrestlers and you could just tell that a lot of these guys, a lot of these girls don't have an understanding of the human anatomy. And even if they did, it's like everybody, literally everybody is different. So if you're not living in that body, I feel like you shouldn't be making comments on that body. And if it's not your body, then it's not your business, bro. But that's all that I had to say about it. But I wanted to know what you believe, Mo, about this entire situation with the body shaming and wrestling fans. Do you think that wrestling fans are addicted to body shaming?
At this point, yeah, but I also think it's just projection at this point because it's
Mm,
always coming from accounts of people that don't work out, don't show their face on their on their media for their profile picture. They're usually hiding behind something.
mm,
And again, like the people that are comfortable with showing themselves on the internet, I honestly see less of this. It's always people that are hiding. So it's just strange to me that we go about the same topic every single month, like literally, they pick on someone every single month, and it
mm.
goes across the board. And I just feel like it's so weird to take Gunther's success in making the executive decision and wanting to lose weight, which is it's fine by the way. If you choose to lose weight or not lose weight, that's fine. It's on you if you want to do that because it's your body at the end of the day. But to take something that he took as a personal success for his own career just because he just wanted to do it for himself, and it just so happened that yeah, it did correlate with his success. But Gunther, in my personal opinion, was still taken to a high regard. Like when I watched
Mhm.
him on NXT UK, I felt like if you told me to name five male wrestlers off the top of my head, Gunther would have been in my bracket. Just because he was always just held in a high regard. I just think that the fans saw him as the way he was presented and they just watched him lose weight, and then they just made this connection in their head that, oh, like he got the jetpack strapped to him because he lost all this weight. And it's just weird to me because it's just like you could congratulate somebody else while not tying it in to someone that you just dislike and just
Right.
body shaming them. Because I said this before and I'll say this again, but I actually love Keith Lee's weight on him because it makes him more extraordinary. Because all the stuff that he's able to do, no, he like physics should not allow him to be able to do that. Like it should not.
Right.
You know what I mean? This guy is doing flips. This guy is running. This guy is doing agile moves. He's also a powerhouse. Like he's everything mixed into one. But you would never think that staring at him, and he carries himself and his weight like with grace and so much confidence. And I feel like that's his appeal. Now if he wanted to lose weight, that's his decision. I'll still support it either way, but I do think part of his appeal is that he comes off bigger to life to me because he's like one of a kind. Like
Right.
he should not operate that way, but he gets his body to move that way. So I love his look. I love that for him. But I just think it's just very strange that we revisit the same topic over and over and over again where fans just want to body shame. And again, like you could have just congratulated someone else without tying this in. If you hate Keith Lee, that's fine that you hate Keith Lee. I mean, at the end of the day, this sport is based off of liking someone and hating someone else when you watch. I get that. But just say that. Just flat out just put a tweet and be like, yeah, I don't like this motherfucker because he's fat. Don't sit there and just make a whole body shaming comparison. Now, as far as like Gigi goes, I was actually surprised just because like I think that she has one of the most impressive physiques from WWE currently. Like I was very surprised because like I never see anyone body shame her as far as like when I look through my timeline. I never see that. The second she's on screen, I see nothing but Gigi gifs. Like y'all are quick with that. Y'all are very quick with clipping. Because she has a lot of body for a white girl. She looks very good. Very good. So I was very surprised that, you know, she decided to make a whole post about that because it's like it probably took just one comment. And that's the thing though. It really takes only one bad comment to develop an insecurity amongst
Mm,
all the thousands and thousands because women are very sensitive. Okay. Like this company, you have to understand, like this is the same company that sat there and those Barbie girls that you guys are so accustomed to seeing that you want Gigi to basically look like, those females were underneath a lot of pressure to stay really skinny, tan their skin, bleach their hair, put like heavy hair extensions in, go underneath the knife and go get implants, get Botox and stuff like that. But now we're moving over to a more natural look, where they're free to express themselves. And I just like, it's so weird to just pick on these females because I feel like they already been through enough and that they're not in this company to be sex kittens. They're here to be wrestlers and they train very hard. They bust their asses every single week, because they want to make a name for themselves as a wrestler. And I just feel like you guys are boxing them in for their looks. Like,
Mm.
basically what you're saying every single time you body shame these people is that I'm not going to care to pay attention to you until you look appealing enough to me. But it's just like, you're not even appealing enough to like yourself. You don't even like yourself, because someone that does genuinely like themselves doesn't go out of their way to consistently,
Shame other
you
people.
know,
Yeah.
yeah, like that just, it's just like psychology 101. So I just feel like you guys need to get over yourselves. At the end of the day, you're still watching these people.
Mm.
You're putting you're putting money in their paychecks.
Mm.
And I think it's just like the weirdest thing, just to sit there and body shame. Just leave them alone, honestly. Gigi looks great. Gunther looks great. Keithy looks great. They all look great. Okay? Something about them, something that you don't like, obviously was good enough to the people that signed them and is paying them all that money. Just saying. Like, your opinion is kind of irrelevant, is what I'm getting at.
Right. But I feel like a lot of it is, like you said, is projection. I think that when it comes to the women, I still think it's a form of objectification. Because I feel like the only time you're heavily policing something or someone to be something that you like, you still only deem something valuable when you're attracted to it. And the fact is that we're all attracted to different things, and I'm not gonna get super into that, but yeah, like,
We
stop
need a whole pod about
objectifying, and
that.
if stop objectifying, stop projecting, and if you have nothing nice to say, you can also what, be quiet. But I'm
That
gonna
part.
we're gonna move over into the next segment